Welcome to Your Capital What's Up. I'm Chuck Wiger, your area state senator. Thank you very much for watching. Today I'm very pleased to have Peter Wetzels, the chair of the Oakdale Planning Commission. Welcome to our show, Peter.
Thank you.
And Peter, we're going to talk about the Planning Commission, how you got involved on the important issues in advising the City Council. And there's a lot of things you're going to share about that.
Yep.
But I'd like you to tell us a little bit about yourself. And usually we ask, where were you born?
Okay, well, I was born in the Netherlands, Europe.
Okay, the Netherlands.
Yeah, I was born and raised over there. Moved to the United States when I was 29 years old in 1995. My wife and I were pen pals. Okay. Old-fashioned letter writing, no email stuff, and we decided to get married, and we're married for 16 years now.
Well, tell me about just growing up in the Netherlands. Where did you go to? Some memories in high school or growing up. What were some good memories?
School system over there is kind of different. You go to school for 40 hours a week. Okay. Just like a full work week, basically. Okay. And then another 2 hours of homework when you get home. Okay. That's
through 12th grade, or they have a different grade system too?
They got a different grade system. You go to kindergarten, yes. Then you get 1 to 6th grade. Okay. And then
primary or
yep.
Okay.
And after 6th grade, you go to a vocational school or a high school or even college if you're smart enough. Okay. You can go straight to college and skip all the other stuff. And okay. So it's a little bit different. School itself is all paid by the government. With our taxes, of course, but all paid by the government.
So what did you do? Tell us about your school journey.
I am an electrician by trade. Okay. Not that I ever worked as an electrician, but I went to school, got electrician, microelectronics, and then I got a job.
To become an electrician, what did you have to do for school? Was it a vocational school? Or?
It's kind of like a vocational school. Okay. You spend about half of the time on things that you would get at a high school or college here, okay. To general, and half of the time you spend on practical classes. Okay. And then once you graduate, then you are a licensed electrician.
Okay. So how old were you when you became a licensed electrician?
I was 18 years old.
18?
Yeah.
You're a licensed electrician with the similar type license to
yep.
practice that you would here in the
I'm like licensed in the European Union, not in the United States. So,
okay.
But I decided not to pursue it here. It takes too long. So. Okay. But
did you apply then that license and go to work right away then at age 18?
No, I actually kept on going to college, and I specialized in microelectronics.
Microelectronics?
Yep, and when I graduated from that, I actually didn't go into electronics at all, and I got a job at the workplace where my dad worked. Yes. And I controlled high temperature kilns. I actually fired floor tiles. Yeah. Okay. So, and I love doing it. It was swing shift, average of 32 hours a week, and make good money. So,
tell us about that process in the kilns and what was the product?
The very high temperature. There's the ceramic tiles that you have at home. Yes. For instance, they are fired at a temperature of about 2,500 degrees. Okay. And they're like tunnels, and they're on 24 hours a day. 365 days a week. They never get shut off. Okay. And it goes through there like a train. Okay. And it takes 3 days to go from one end to the other end. Okay. And it gets raw in there, and it's hard as a rock when it comes out.
Okay, so, and you said you loved doing that, so that's very important that your passion can be included as a part of what you're doing for a living. So. Yeah. And a couple of memories you might want to share about growing up in the Netherlands?
A holiday that's actually coming up pretty soon here. Yes. We don't have that here in the United States. No. It's all called Santa Claus or St. Nicholas. It's December 5th.
Okay.
And
so December 5 is called
St. Nicholas Day.
St. Nicholas Days.
Yep. And it's kind of a holiday that got merged with Christmas here in the United States.
Okay.
You have like a St. Nicholas, which is Santa Claus,
Yes.
and the presents and the reindeer.
So that's real special for you?
Oh yeah, for every kid it's special. It's
Yes.
It's bigger than Christmas.
Okay.
So.
Good. And favorite activity growing up? What did you like to do the most?
Play soccer.
Play soccer.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's what we do over there.
Okay, and any brothers or sisters?
I got one sister 2 years younger than me and one brother 9.5 years younger than me.
Are they back in the Netherlands yet?
Yep, my whole family lives there.
Okay, so you're working in the kiln and doing your passion. You did very well in school, electrician, then you went to microelectronics, and life's going pretty well, and then you have a pen pal.
Then I have a pen pal.
Where was she?
St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay, so you have a pen pal, and we're going to connect this all to Oakdale a little bit, but
Yep.
we want to know a little more about the chair of our commission.
Okay.
So the pen pal, it went pretty well.
We actually, it's very ironic, but I wrote my first letter to her on February 14, 1991.
Okay.
Valentine's Day, without even realizing it or, you
Okay.
know. She lives in St. Paul,
Yep.
and the funny thing is, the reason I started writing to her is she has pretty much the same last name as me. Her maiden name is Wetzels.
Okay.
Without the S.
Yes.
And I saw her name in an international fan club magazine of a British singer called Cliff Richard.
Okay.
We started writing, and she invited me to come to the United States for a vacation because I mentioned in one of my letters that's a life dream of a European to come to America to see America. And so in October of 1992, that's what I did, and I did that 5 times in 2 years, and I married her, and wonderful. I'm still here.
And you got married, and eventually, did you move to St. Paul? Or where did you move?
Yeah, we moved to St. Paul. I lived for a while with my wife and her mom. Mm-hmm. And then half a year later, we got an apartment in St. Paul. Okay. And then in 1999, so 4 years after I moved over, I bought a house in Oakdale.
So, and why Oakdale?
Well, we were looking at houses in Woodbury, Cottage Grove, Oakdale. And one of the driving forces was the property taxes. Compared to Woodbury was a big difference. Mm-hmm. But my wife and I, we made a list of what we wanted to have in a house, absolutely, otherwise we wouldn't buy it, and the optional thing. And each of us made a list, and here's this house in Oakdale that we happened to drive by and had everything on our had-to-be list and everything on our optional list. Okay. And
you're over in northern Oakdale, not too far from Menards?
Yeah, not too far from Menards, yeah.
Okay, so you fell in love with that place and you've been there.
Been 12 years now.
And then for work?
I work in Cottage Grove. Okay. I work for a small company called Advance Corporation. Mm-hmm. We make corporate awards and braille signage. Mm-hmm. And you know, talking about doing totally different than what you went to school for, I actually make sure that the company that I work for is in compliance with local, state, and federal EPA and OSHA laws.
Very important.
Yep, very important. And beside that, I do purchasing too, and I do some production management. Okay. Small company, you gotta do lots of things, but that's my primary job. Okay, and so when somebody comes in, I'll deal with them.
well, good. But you became active in Oakdale Civic Affairs, because you don't just get appointed to the Planning Commission. Usually you go because there's a concern in your neighborhood initially, or you raise some questions about what's going on?
Actually, that was not the case in my case. I actually became a U.S. citizen in 2000. I wanted to be a citizen so I could vote.
Congratulations.
And went through that whole process. Then after that, I wanted to do something for the community, so I became an election judge. And which I've done every major midterm and major election ever since.
Well, we appreciate that sacrifice. It's a long day.
They are long days. And after a while, I felt I could do more for America.
Yes.
And because America has been pretty good to me. And then I decided to say, yeah, let's go on a commission. And so there wasn't any concern. I just wanted to do more.
Yes.
For the community. So,
how'd you learn about the opportunity? Online?
They were advertising it.
Okay.
And actually, I worked with Sue Berry.
Yes.
With the election. That was before Washington County did it, the city did that. And she actually sent me a letter telling me that there was openings, and she said she enjoyed working with me with the elections and all that, and said, hey, I can do that.
So it's truly an open process in Oakdale, and they saw that you were hardworking, dependable, and highly motivated to share your love for the area, and you got involved and appointed to the Planning Commission. So, and now you're the chair. Tell us about the main reason though why you wanted to be on the commission. In addition to serving, was there something about the commission itself?
Well, I wanted to learn more about what's going on behind the scenes. A lot of people don't realize all the stuff that's going on. They see a building go up here and a road built here, but you have no idea from the outside what actually happens behind the scenes and how hard the people at the city work and the city council. And
actually, there's a master plan, if you will, that the Met Council's involved in that. In terms
the
of
long-term plan.
Guided growth, they don't tell you exactly what to do, but they try to have an overall framework for they call the regional blueprint, and that looks at growth. We want to preserve as much green space as we can, and so where businesses might go, et cetera, and so it's carefully thought out. But it's important to have citizens involved when deciding if there's going to be changes in this plan or ordinance changes, approval, and so it's very technical. There's a lot of discussion with potential people, and and sometimes too you'll run into situations, I imagine, where people will say, well, it might be a good project, but not close to me.
Not in my backyard.
Not in my backyard. NIMBY, yes. So tell us about some of the big decisions that you've been involved in. That
well, probably the biggest one was last year, a year and a half ago, with the 10-year comprehensive plan.
Yes, 10-year comprehensive plan, so as to the vision for the future of the city. And that would probably be on the website for the city, or I know you can get access if people want to look at that. What would be a couple highlights of this 10-year plan, which the Planning Commission looks at in reviewing proposals?
The Planning Commission, and basically, City Council, Planning Commission, they look at that. The biggest thing going on now is Oakdale Mall.
Yes.
It's gone. They're grading it, and probably next spring, the first stuff will be, showing up. They have to put the infrastructure in first, sewer and roads.
And that's what they're working on getting that already. And of course, at the legislature, we worked, Representative Slawick and myself, as messengers for the area. We helped in getting a tax package so that there would be some additional funds available to pour back into the project for getting the site prepared for businesses and other uses.
Correct. And without that help, a project like that might become too expensive for a city to do. And
so it's a partnership.
It is a partnership.
So that's the big project there, and of course Tanner's Lake is coming along.
That's a big one too.
But it's going to take a little time too as we get through the recession to find these jobs. But I know the city leadership and is very focused and committed to getting this done. With the recession, everything has slowed down, so it's there's not too much going on. Even though the Oakdale Mall is a big chunk that can, that might take a couple of years to. So you look at the 10-year plan for Oakdale, and you look at proposals that will affect the neighborhoods, the business climate, and at the meeting, tell us about a typical meeting of the commission. And I know you can watch them on cable often and get the minutes, et cetera, but tell us what it's like. What type of preparation do you do getting ready for a meeting?
Well, About half a week before the meeting, we get a package from the city staff of all the stuff that's going to be discussed in the next meeting.
So folder and all the background information, so you got to do some homework.
You got to do some homework.
And then the citizens can find out too what the agenda is, can't they?
Correct.
Right, that's all online?
Yeah, it's all posted at least 10 days before the meeting is.
Okay.
A lot of times we do, I might go to a site and actually look at it. Sometimes somebody wants a variance, which shows up, frequently.
So variance, it would be a change in what the plan is.
Yeah.
But there's reasons,
there are reasons
for doing it.
Yeah, there are reasons.
So if they want a variance, then you're going to not just look at the folder. If you can, you're going to go and check it out.
Yeah, because going there in real life, it says more than a picture.
Yes.
So variances, we see that quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's somebody wants to build a garage or a shed and it's bigger than the city code would allow. They come to us and we'll look at it and see if there's reasons for the variance or not.
What do you do if the neighbors are divided?
Well, when the neighbors are divided, which really doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
The majority of the people have no problems with it. But we listen to the neighbors too.
Yeah.
And then we're going to make a decision. Now, our decision is not binding. When we make a decision whether to approve something or not, it's a recommendation to the city council. Yeah. The city council can do totally different than we.
I know they put a great deal of respect, though, into the process and the hearings. Do they usually adopt what is recommended?
Correct. Yeah, they generally do. Okay. We kind of do some legwork for the city council so they don't have to spend all their time.
Well, it's a very important function, and that's you are really the unsung heroes
and
for making local government work.
And we basically represent the people of Oakdale.
Yes.
And I talk to my neighbors sometimes, what they think about stuff. But we actually represent the people of Oakdale.
Okay. And if people want to learn more about the Planning Commission, they can go online or they could call you or another commissioner. Do you want to share your phone number?
Sure. My phone number is 651-748-4968. It's posted on the website too, the city website.
Yes,
all of the commissioners' phone numbers are listed on the website. People are always welcome to come to our meetings. They are the first Thursday of every month at 7 o'clock. Now, this month, there was no meeting.
Yeah, sometimes
sometimes
not, but it'll
nothing.
Be posted if there's not a meeting.
Correct. The next meeting is December 1st, 7 o'clock.
Yep.
And everyone is welcome. I actually, would like to see more people come. What happens a lot of times is that when we do things like the comprehensive plan, and people have the most input, not that many people, if any people, show up.
Okay.
But when something is being built, when it's actually kind of like too late, that's when people come and protest.
What's been the most satisfying part of being a commissioner and being the chair?
The most satisfying part is, to me, is just to be involved, understand more what is going on, and helping people get what they want to have done. Okay. Or helping people that don't want to have a certain thing done. We are, and a lot of people sometimes think that we are there for the city and we always take their side, and we really don't. We look at both sides, and if the people, the citizens have a good argument, and we might say no. There have to be legal reasons too, because there are some legal rights to anyone that has the other ones have a variance or something like that. But again, it goes to the city council, and they can still decide otherwise.
Good. Do you have any longer-term ambitions or some additional goals that you're looking at accomplishing? Well, in public service?
I'm planning on staying on the Planning Commission for 9 years. You can do 3 terms of 3 years.
Okay.
And It's very possible that I will run for city council after that.
Okay.
One
well,
thing.
That's a great training.
That's what I was just going to say. Planning Commission, you learn a lot.
Okay.
And I actually think it should be prerequisite for anyone that becomes a city council member to have some experience in that. But
okay. And aside from your busy work activities and giving back, any hobbies that you and your spouse share? Travel?
Yeah, I like to travel.
Okay, and back to the Netherlands, or where else?
Well, I try to go back to the Netherlands every, 2 years or so.
Okay.
My mom and dad are retired now, so they have more of a chance to come over here.
Yes.
So they're coming every other year now.
Okay.
Next year they'll be here in July again. My favorite place to go to is Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll be going again in January, so
okay.
I always try to celebrate my birthday over there.
Particular place in Hawaii?
Most of the time we go to Oahu, to Honolulu.
Okay.
But any place in Hawaii.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that, and thank you for all that you're doing here in Oakdale, and the impact in Oakdale. It impacts all the neighboring communities, so we appreciate that. We encourage viewers to contact you if they'd like to learn more about the Planning Commission, where they can call the city office, Susie Berry, obviously, who helped recruit you.
Whitney Ridlin, she is very good. Whitney Ridlin. So she knows a lot. So
very good. Okay, well, Peter, we're almost out of time. Anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers about your service?
About my service? No, I enjoy it, and and it's a love for this country too. I actually, since I moved over here, I've been to all 50 states.
Okay.
And I just love the United States. The United States has been good to me. I've achieved a lot more here than I would have achieved over in Europe, and I hope with doing public service that I do stuff back for this country.
Well, Peter Wetzels, Chair of the Oakdale Planning Commission, thanks for reflecting on your life. Thanks for giving back to the community, and looks like there's a lot more ahead as well. So,
yep, I think so too.
Job well done.
Thank you very much.
And viewers, if you have questions of me, give me a call. My cell phone is 651-770-0283. For Your Capital What's Up, I'm Chuck Wiger. Thank you very much for watching. Good, and Peter, they'll just close the credits here, so we'll talk a little bit more, and we'll let you know when it'll be on the local channel 16 and 15. It shouldn't be more than
16,
a few weeks.